All right, seriously, don't throw me in. I do not like this seat. All right, guys, push off the dock with your hands, not with your paddles. Don't run over the geese. Ooh, we are right heavy.
Right heavy. Right heavy.
Let's go that way, because the protest is going on that way. I assume it's gonna be loud. All right, back paddle, ready, go. So for your race boat, I would recommend swapping some people around so your left to right weight is a little more even. Paddling with a tilt does not make for a fast boat. Yeah, you're right heavy.
Just sit more to the side.
No, y'all are. Yeah, but ideally you want your weights to be balanced. But this is okay. We shouldn't. No sudden movements, guys. All right, so the key to not capsizing, not going over, is when the boat leans one way, it's usually one person who kind of lost their balance, kind of leans the other way. One person doesn't really make the boat go over. It's everyone else, the other 19 people, like, oh my God! That's what makes the boat go over. So we are not gonna make the boat go over today. All right? Yes, and it sounds exactly like that. And yeah, you'll hear a lot of cursing up here if we go over. So no kids on the boat, right? All right, guys, let's take it for a spin, and then we'll go from there. Paddles up. Go. Slow. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. So watch your pacers, watch your front row. When their paddle goes in, your paddle goes in. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bury those blades. So third row on my right, your left, bottom hand a little closer to the blade. Yeah, you lose a lot of leverage if your hand's way up here.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
We'll fix it. Let her run. All right, not bad. Especially with what, like a third of the boat being first timers. So y'all felt the wobbly in the boat because we're not all in time. Now we are at a slower stroke rate because I want you to learn the feel of the water, right? And I like to blame the guys for this because it's almost always the guys that are at fault, that they want to rush, they want to arm it. You know, you want to just rip through and use your arms and, oh my God, I'm so strong, but that can only last you for so long. That 500-meter run is a long run, guys. It is anywhere from about 2.5 to 3.5 minutes, depending on your crew, depending on wind conditions, etc. And if you're trying to pull every stroke with just your arms, you are going to tire out. And I have seen this happen. Is a few years ago we had a boat of APD cadets, so fresh out of the academy, we were super fit. And what did they do? There were a bunch of guys, young, strong guys, so they armed it, and they were fast, right? They got to about the 250-meter mark and they got tired. So they started slowing down, all the other boats started catching up, and they were last. So again, you want to use all your bigger muscle groups. So we're gonna do a drill. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4 drill. I do this on my team as well. Start with your paddle across your lap. On 1, all you're doing is rotating. Remember, that rotation gets you more length, right? You want to rotate from your hips, put that weight on your outside leg, right? Because remember what I said, you're pushing with your leg. So if you're just sitting there, you can't really push with your outside leg, outside leg.
This is outside leg.
Nope. Outside leg is close to the outside of the boat.
Where am I?
Yeah, so on this side, your outside leg is your left leg. I'm facing y'all, so it's different. On this right leg, on this side. Left leg on this side. So outside leg up. Outside leg
So
out.
I'm wrong?
Yeah.
We're all wrong.
So I'm wrong, yes. Yes, you are. So what you're doing is you're rotating, loading weight on that leg and pushing off, right? If you're trying to rotate on with this leg forward, you don't get that same push. You're rotating and pushing, rotating and pushing. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 drill. Start with your paddle across your lap. On 1, all you're doing is rotating. On 2, paddles up. All you're moving is your paddles because your body should already be in position. On 3, you're gonna bury your blade. On 4, you're gonna sit up. All right, so don't move until I call it. Start with your paddle across your lap. Ready? 1, rotate, rotate. All you're doing is rotating. Rotate, rotate, arms down, inside arms down. Rotating, make sure that weight is on the outside leg. 2, paddles up. Everyone do a blade check. Is your paddle parallel to the center line of the boat? So row 5, yeah, push your top arm out so it's over the water. You 2 push that top arm out. But bring that bottom hand in. Yeah. So of you 2, sorry, I was, I know you were ducking from me. So it's not, remember, it's not like this, it's not like that, although I don't see that as often. You're reaching straight out in front of you. On 3, bury that blade, lean down. No, you're not paddling yet. Just in the water, all the way in. Everyone do a blade check. Is your paddle all the way in? All the way in, all the way in. Down, down, down. All the way in. It should still be in front of you. On 4, sit up, keeping that blade buried as you sit up. All right? So let's try that again. 1, rotate. 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, rotate, rotate. 2, 3, 4. Eventually we will learn our numbers. 1, 2, check your blades, make sure it's parallel to the center line of the boat. 3, 4. 1, 2, row 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, thank you. 3, 4. All right, let her run. So guy in the green hat. Yeah. So when on your 3, your elbow is way up here. All right, I want you to squeeze that elbow down because when it's up here, you can't engage your lats. Well, up here, you push, all that power goes into my shoulder. All right, when you squeeze that elbow down, when I push, I'm engaging my lat and that power goes into my blade. All right, so not elbows way up here, squeeze that elbow down. You're not trying to paddle like this, but you're not trying to paddle like this either. I liken that to throwing a ball, right? When you throw a ball, you don't throw straight arms, you don't throw like this, you don't throw like this, because that's not where you want the ball to go. You throw, you release right here, because that's where your strongest position is. So put that position into your blade, and this is where your strongest position is. All right, so let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, better. 4, 1, 2, 3. Now, I like to talk to people in this 3 position because this position, you should be reached far enough to where you're comfortable, right? You want to be stretched out, but comfortable enough to hold that position, because if you're stretched too far, there is such a thing as overreaching, then you don't have full power on that blade. It's hard to sit up, it's hard to put in power on that blade. So you want to, if you feel like you're too stretched out and you can't hold this position comfortably, back off on that just an inch or 2. Be comfortable, but still buried. And that way, as you sit up, you have full power on that blade. 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, I also want to do another blade check here. Is for every stroke, I want the blades to be in this deep. All right, when we start paddling continuously, I see a lot of half blades in the water. Need that blade all the way in. 4. Let it run. So for my teams, I tell them, you bought the whole blade. Don't just use half of it. You know, get your money's worth. Use the whole thing. All right, guys, grab some water if you need it. Yeah. Don't worry, I am not shy about calling out people. Although I don't know names, so it's usually you in the, you in the blue life jacket. That doesn't help.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's how we left.
Yeah, I'm known as mean coach for a lot of reasons. So no, I'll be like, yeah, I know. I've experienced it. You're not supposed to agree with me. You're supposed to tell me I'm nice.
Yo, get off my dog! That's what I remembered from last year.
Last year, I remember I had gone up to my tent to get some water, and then I got back, and these 2 girls, I don't even remember what team, they saw me. They're like, oh my God, you're supposed to watch for her. Yeah, they were just like, oh my God, you're supposed to watch her. Oh my God, let's run. It was really funny. All right, guys, so now we're gonna try some continuous paddling. And again, in sync, right? So paddles in together, out together, and then bury your blades. Remember, if you're just using half your blade, you're not getting your money's worth. Use your full blade. That makes a boat move a lot faster or a lot more efficiently. All right, here we go. Paddles up. Go. Remember, rotate, de-rotate with every stroke. Stay with your pacers. Let's go a little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Row 8 in the white shirt with the stripes on your sleeve. Remember, hand over the top knot. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Louisa. Yeah, I'm the loud one. Louisa's not very loud, but I can hear her. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Remember, rotate, de-rotate with every stroke. Use those legs, use that back to push this boat forward. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Louisa, we're not gonna go past the bridge, so turn whenever you want. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, feel harder when you're using your full blade. It should, as opposed to using half your blade, right? You want to bury that blade so you really get that pressure so that you're pushing this boat forward. When you use half your blade, you can only anchor so much, right? Remember, you're anchoring your paddle and pushing this boat up to where that paddle is anchored. All right, let's talk about exits a little bit. So your full stroke, your bottom hand, so whatever hand is on the bottom of your blade, that's your bottom hand or outside hand. You're going from about the pocket of the person in front of you to your own pocket. All right, so you're not trying to reach for their thigh, their knee, or whatever. it's about the pocket of the person in front of you. And I say about because everyone has different arm lengths, right? So if you can't quite reach, or if you're a little over, that's okay. But it's about the pocket of the person in front of you to your own pocket. I like to tell people, you're stealing their money and putting it in your own pocket, because that's an easy way to remember it. Don't actually stick your hand in their pocket, because that's sexual harassment, but pocket of the person in front of you to your own pocket. Okay, you don't want to give it to the person behind you, so it's hard to put in any power behind you. So this is the end of your stroke. It's when your bottom hand is about mid-hip, and then on your exit, you are pulling up with that top arm. So row 7 on the right. When your paddle comes out, you're way up here and then here, right? So this takes a long time for your paddle to come from here all the way here. All you need to do is for your paddle to clear the water. So you're pulling up on that top arm. You're not pulling straight up, kind of pulling up and in. So that paddle comes out at a slight angle. You're not pulling up with this bottom arm. I'm not gonna stand. Sorry, I'm not brave enough. I know coaches that can, but I'm not that balanced. So you're pulling up on that top arm, and again, that helps you rotate for that next stroke. And you're probably gonna get a lot of my hand on the camera, but it's okay. So pulling up on that top arm, your paddle just needs to clear the water. So you don't need to be all the way up here, because this takes a long time to get all the way back, right? And depending on water conditions, you might have to come up a little higher to clear the waves, or if it's super flat water, then maybe you don't have to. So let's try that together. Watch your exits, watch where your paddle is, where your bottom hand is. That's where full reach. Don't short stroke it. Don't paddle just half the stroke and be like, okay, I'm done with that, I'm tired. Paddle the full stroke. It is a long stroke that we do. There are a lot of different paddle techniques out there. If you watch some of the international, especially Asian teams, their stroke rate can get up to about 120 strokes per minute. That doesn't really work for us here, because we don't train dragon boats since we're 5, right? Since we're 2. That's literally that they train their people from when they're kids, right? They train for that body movement. And then most Asian teams tend to be a little shorter in stature, so they make up for the lack of reach with body speed. And yeah, you watch some of those videos and you're like, oh my God, is this on fast forward? But it's not. They actually do move that fast. It's really cool to watch. I've tried it. I can hold about a 90 stroke rate for not very long. And yeah, it just goes to crap real quick after that. So it's not something that we're trained for here. It's not something that you can really teach in 4 weeks here. So we go for that long stroke, long, powerful stroke, and it works better for most teams here. Okay, so don't short stroke it. Take that full length stroke, pocket to pocket, pocket to pocket, and eventually the steerer gets it all. Because she keeps the boat go straight. Pardon?
What is the stroke rate that we use?
So for today, I'm not too concerned about stroke rate.
Race day.
Race day, you'll probably hit around a 60 stroke rate, 55 to 60 stroke rate for the body of the race. Now, race starts are a different story, but we'll work on that later. All right, so let's do another run. And remember, pocket of the person in front of you to your own pocket. Bury that blade for every stroke. Use your bigger muscle groups. Don't try to arm it. And then on your exit, pull out with that top hand. Don't let your paddle come all the way up here. Although that usually becomes not a problem because this is tiring. So after people get tired, they don't lift their paddles that high anymore. All right, here we go. Paddles up. Go. 2, good. 1, 2. So guy I just called out earlier, don't lift your paddle that high. Top hand, use your top hand to pull up. Pull up. Remember, bury those blades, utilize those bigger muscle groups, your core, your quads, your lats. Those are the muscles you want to be using. Not your arms, not your biceps, not your triceps. You're not pulling with those arms. Bigger muscle groups, engage them all.
1,
Remember, you bought the whole blade, use the whole blade. Don't paddle with half a blade. Bury it all the way in, all the way in. Let her run. Grab some water, guys. So that was 3 minutes. Does anyone have any questions for me so far? Yes, no, maybe, kind of? I see a lot of familiar faces. Sorry, I don't know names, but I do see a lot of familiar faces from previous years that are returning. So I'm glad y'all are coming back. Good, yes? Yeah, so if you can't see the pacer, look just as far forward as you can. Okay, yes? So usually when I'm watching, I watch for the top hand because that's what I can see easily, right? So the back or the exit is hard for me to see because then I kind of have to lean out, and I don't like leaning out in the seat. But I can easily see all 20 top hands come up and go down at the same time. So that's usually what I'm watching for when I watch for sync. And then, so that's what you should be watching for too, is you're linking what you see with what you're doing. So when you see their top hand goes up, your top hand should be in that same position. When you see their top hand go down, your top hand should start going down too. Now, it's not a reactive thing. So you don't want to say, okay, I see that, so now I'm doing it, because then you'll be behind. Right? And then also, I know Johnny was asking about the drum earlier. On my teams, we don't train with drums because this is a 40-foot boat. And by the time sound travels from one end to the other, there is a delay. It may not seem like it, but there is a delay. And light travels faster than sound because that's science. So what you see, you will react to before what you hear. So we don't like training with a drum because of that. You don't want to rely on the drum, you want to rely on your sight. And then also on race day, there will be other boats on the water with you. They're also drumming and yelling. And if you're relying on sound, then you can get pulled away to another boat's rhythm. Yes, sir.
Do you have space for the drummer to sit in the front? At least if
yes.
you don't have a drum, at least they can.
Yep.
She can count or yell or something.
Yeah, so this is where the drum usually sits, so the drummer can sit right here.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yeah, so for a lot of these training sessions, we do have pairs coming out because that way the steerer only has to concentrate on steering, and then it's easier for you to see a coach up here and demonstrate and, you know, flail my arms around. So we do like having pairs coming out and coach. There's maybe a few that we have just one person when we can't find enough people to come out, but for most of them, I believe I have them in pairs. All right, so with the number of registered corporate and community teams, and I think from next year on out, I think I'm gonna just make this a hard rule that we're probably always gonna be combining our corporate and community team divisions, just because any one division by themselves isn't quite enough teams to make it exciting. And then I'm not gonna make y'all race the year-round teams because that's just flat out not fair. So everyone will be racing 500s, all right? 500-meter race, again, depending on water and wind conditions, because that head or tailwind can make a big difference. It's anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5, maybe even a little longer, depending. So what I like to have my people do, or what I like to have my festival teams do, is I want you to be able to paddle 5 minutes continuous. Because if you can paddle 5 minutes continuous, then you can paddle a 3 minutes more intense, right? So guess what we're doing? The moaning and groaning up here, Jesus.
Sorry, that's
Hey, at least I warned y'all. Sometimes I forget to warn people. I'm just like, oh, we're gonna go 5 minutes. And then people start like, is she remembers us, right?
So for just remind us, for like a 500 meter, usually like what, 3 minutes or
2.5 to 3.5, depending on.
3 to 3.5?
Yeah. All right, so you just did 3 minutes earlier. You got this. 5 minutes is nothing.
You didn't even try.
So as you get tired in this run, I want you to concentrate more on pulling with your bigger muscle groups. Your arms are a much smaller muscle group. You try to use them, you will tire out a lot quicker, and then it just becomes a vicious cycle. So you want to concentrate on using your bigger muscle groups. All right, so core muscles, quads, lats. Here we go. Paddles up. Go. I promise my watch is running on time and correctly. It is not running slow just because it's slow. So this will be a true 5 minutes. Remember, anchor your paddle and push this boat forward. Meaning bury that blade. Your heads up, watch up front. Watch your pacers if you can. If not, look as far forward as you can. Looking up also helps to keep that airway open. Remember to breathe. You want to exhale when your paddle's in the water. So breathe out, out, out. Your muscles need that oxygen. Don't ever hold your breath. Breathe out. It's like lifting weights. You exhale on the exertion. Remember, bigger muscle groups. You have to lean down, hinge down into every stroke, and then sit up with it. Don't rush your pacer, second row. Let their pacers do your work, but good job pacers on staying together. Yep, headwind sucks. Stay on it, guys. Y'all are doing great. Bury that blade, push this boat forward. Bury those blades all the way in. Remember, get your money's worth out of that blade. Let her run. Woo. See, 5 minutes, easy peasy, right? No, that was 5 minutes, I promise. I told you, my stopwatch is, you know, it's whatever this last, I didn't slow it down on purpose. It's 5 minutes. Maybe? I don't know. It doesn't say, but I wouldn't be surprised. Grab some water, guys. So stay hydrated. Remember, especially as it gets hotter, in these coming weeks, please stay hydrated. Being dehydrated sucks. Yes. Uh-huh. So the best angle, okay, so the best angle to travel back is parallel alongside the boat. So you're not following, so the boat is shaped like this, right? You're not following the shape of the boat. You imagine this is one line down the middle. You want your paddle to travel parallel to this line. So you want to parallel. So you don't want it to be here. You don't want it, this one's really hard to do, but I've seen it to be here. It's straight line back, and then on the return, angles change slightly, and that's okay. But on the return, because especially on water with bigger waves, everyone might return a little higher, a little lower, depending on where the water level is. So on the return, I'm actually not as concerned about exact paddle angles. But when your paddle's in the water, it should be straight up and down and back. On the return, I don't want to see this, but you know, if you're here versus here, I'm not too concerned about that one way or the other. Yes. I can't hear you. With the different angles going in, I didn't hear the rest. Sorry? Yes. Yeah, so straight up and down is where your angle in the water. Let's not go under this bridge with all the bat poop. This is where the bats live. I don't like I definitely never stop under this bridge. But yeah, I don't like going under that. It's not, but they're still here. You'll still hear some of them here. In the summer, it gets really bad. But yeah, I don't ever sit under this bridge. I always just blow straight through. I do paddle under it, but I don't stop. All right, guys, 2:56, so we are getting ready to go in. Remember, guys, try to be a little more on time. I know traffic really sucked today and parking really sucked today because of the rally going on. You'll hear it down there. It's at Auditorium Shores. But there's always it's Austin. There's always something going on. So try to come down a little earlier so you get your full hour on the water. It is intended for a 2 to 3 o'clock session for you to be on the water by 2. And in the coming weeks, I believe there are teams right before you, so your trainer might not be up on shore. Try to leave your stuff in your car if you can. Bring essentials only, because if the trainer has to go up and unlock that box for you to put your stuff in, that's wasted time on the water. All right, but if you leave your stuff in your car, leave it hidden in your trunk, and don't wait till you park to put it in your trunk. There are a lot of break-ins, unfortunately, downtown, so just be smart about it. I've had I've had somebody get their phone stolen out of the car, and he was like, "Oh, I hid it. It was under my laptop." Really, dude? Really? Yeah. So don't be that guy, because I will tell stories about you forever. All right, guys. So let's go back in. Good technique. All right, bigger muscle groups. Here we go. Paddles up. Go. And y'all are my only team today, so I am holding your stuff hostage until you all help me cover up the boat. And then just a plug real quick is, if y'all do enjoy doing this, Austin Coolers is always recruiting. It is our year-round team. So if you want to join, let us know. We're always looking for new members. We do go to races around in the local area, driving distance for sure. And then we usually try to go to one out-of-state race a season, just to compete, just to see the different scenery, different races, etc. And then we get really nitpicky about technique on year-round teams. Here, you know, have 4 hours with you, and then you have to race, right? So we let the small details get by. On our year-round teams, we do get a lot more nitpicky about you. Bury those blades all the way in. I know a lot of y'all have done this before, but y'all look really good for a first practice, especially for first practice. Louisa, your boat! So usually we let the steerer call bringing in the boat because they have a better feel of what's going on, and you know, where the boat is, how fast the boat is moving, etc. So lighten up that blade. You're still paddling, just a lot lighter. But still together, please.
Coming in. Nice paddle. Let it run.
Everyone's favorite 3 words.
Right side hold.
Right side hold. Missed my opportunity to jump. Because I'm not making that jump. Hold hard. It's okay. So front, if you'll draw water towards you like this, it'll help bring the head of the boat in. Yep. Perfect.